नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. So let me share my screen. Now there's a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vrindavan now. Some of the important places that were visited by the Lord in Vrindavan were Kamyavan, Adishwar, Pavan Sarovar, Khadirvan, Seshashai, Khelatirtha, Bhandirvan, Bhadravan, Shrivan, Lahavan, Mahavan, Gokul, Kalia, Hirda, Dwadashaditya, Keshi Tirtha, etc. When he saw the place where the Rasa dance took place, he at once fell down in trance. As soon as he remained at Vrindavan, as long as he remained at Vrindavan, he made his headquarters at Akruranghat. From Vrindavan, his personal servitor Krishna Das Vipra induced him to go back to Prayag to take bath during the Magh Mela. The Lord acceded to this proposal. I think this should be accepted, maybe, to this proposal, and they started for Prayag. On the way, they met with some Pathans, amongst whom there was a learned Maulana. The Lord had some talks with the Maulana and his companions, and the Lord convinced the Maulana that in the Quran also there are descriptions of Bhagavad Dharma and Krishna. All the Pathans were converted to his cult of devotional service. Okay, now I'll call out the names that different devotees can read. Who wants to go first?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I go?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. When he returned to Prayaga, Srila Rupa Goswami and his youngest brother met him near Bindu Madhava temple. This time the Lord was welcomed by the people of Prayag more respectfully. Vallabha Bhatt, who resided on the other bank of Prayag in the village of Adaila, was to receive him at his place. But while going there, the Lord jumped in the river Yamuna. With great difficulty, he was picked up in an unconscious state. Finally, he visited the headquarters of Vallabha Bhatta. The Vallabha Bhatt was one of his chief admirers, but later on he inaugurated his own party, the Vallabha Sampradaya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sachin ji go.
Guruji. On the bank of Dasa Mevada Ghata.
Das Ashwamedh.
Okay, on the bank of Das of Med Ghata at Prayaga, for 10 days continually, the Lord instructed Rup Goswami in the science of devotional service to the Lord. He taught the Goswami the divisions of living creatures in 84 lakh species of life. Then he taught him about the human species. Out of them, he discussed the followers of Vedic principles. Out of them, the fruitive workers, out of them the empiric philosopher, and out of them the liberated souls. He said that there are only a few who are actually pure devotee of Lord Krishna.
So there's a conversation going between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami here. Okay, next. Divya Mataji, please read.
My background is a bit noisy. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Srila Rupa Goswami was the younger brother of Sanatan Goswami, and when he retired from service, he brought with him two boats full of gold coins. This means that he brought with him some hundreds of thousands of rupees accumulated by the labor of his service. And before leaving home for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he divided the wealth as follows. 50% for the service of the Lord and his devotees, 25% for relatives, and 25% for his personal needs in case of emergency. In that way, he set an example for all householders. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so there's a wonderful example set here by your acharyas. A little hard to follow in the beginning, but one should aspire to come to this level that we know that how this Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they were the ministers under the rule of Nawam Hussain Shah. So when this Rupa Goswami he retired from his service, so much money he made, which was equivalent to like two boatfuls of gold coins, a lot, right? So like thousands and thousands of dollars in this modern this thing. But anyway, so what he did, how he used this money, here it is given. Look at this. 50% of that whatever his accumulation, he gave in the service of the Lord and his devotees. So 50% so he did the charity to the Lord. 25% for relatives and 25% for personal needs. So 25% is like, for his own maintenance and then taking care of the family and relatives and all of that. And then 25% for his personal needs in case of emergency. So 25% is like a saving. So in that way, he set an example for all the householders. Yeah. Next. Who will read next?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The Lord taught the Goswami about devotional service, comparing it to comparing it to a creeper, and advised him to protect the bhakti creeper most carefully against the mad elephant offense against the pure devotees. In addition, the creeper has to be protected from the desires of sense enjoyment, monastic liberation, and perfection of the Hatha Yoga system. They are all detrimental on the path of devotional service. Similarly, violence against living beings and desire for worldly gain, worldly reception, and worldly fame are all detrimental to the progress of bhakti or Bhagavata Dharma. Hare Krishna.
Harish. Next.
I can read it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Pure devotional service must be freed from all desires for sense gratification, fruitive aspirations, and culture of monastic knowledge. One must be freed from all kinds of designations, and when one is thus converted to transcendental purity, one can then serve the Lord by purified senses. As long as there is the desire to enjoy sensually or to become one with the Supreme or to possess the mystic powers, there is no question of attaining the stage of pure devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Manaswini Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Devotional service is conducted under two categories, namely primary practice and spontaneous emotion. When one can rise to the platform of spontaneous emotion, he can make further progress by spiritual attachment, feeling, love, and many higher stages of devotional life, for which there are no English words. We have tried to explain the science of devotional service in our book, The Nectar of Devotion, based on the authority of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can I go?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Transcendental devotional service has 5 stages of reciprocation. The self-realization stage, just after liberation from material bondage, is called the Santa or a neutral stage. After that, when there is a development of transcendental knowledge of the Lord's internal opulences, the devotee engages himself in the Dasya stage. By further development of the Dasya stage, a respectful fraternity with the Lord develops, and above that, a feeling of friendship on equal terms becomes manifest. Both these stages are called Sankhya stage or devotional service in friendship.
It is called Sakya, not Sankhya. Sakya.
Sakya stage or devotional service in friendship. Above this is the stage of paternal affection towards the Lord, and this is called the Vatsalya stage. And above this is the stage of a conjugal love, and this stage is called the highest stage of love of God. Although there is no difference in quality in any of the above stages, the last stage of conjugal love of God is called the Madhura stage. Hare Krishna.
Madhurya stage, yes. Okay, so we should all remember all this. What are the 5 different stages? Who wants to go all the 5? Or at least one.
Last one is Madhurya stage.
So you're starting from the last one, huh? Okay. Yes, Ashimji, you're saying?
Yeah, Santo Dasa Sakha Madhurya Vatsala.
Yes. Sankhya, Dasya, Sakya, and then
Vatsala Madhurya.
Vatsalya, and then Madhurya is the highest, the last. Okay. So, like that, there can be different types of relations are possible with the Lord, and all this has been described by Rupa Goswami, which Rupa Goswami learned from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right. So he then compiled later his book called Bhakti Rasamrata Sindhu, the science of devotional service. There he very elaborately explains all these concepts. Okay. So maybe just 1 or 2 paragraphs we'll read quickly and then close. Go ahead, somebody who did not get the chance.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thus he instructed Rupa Goswami in devotional science and deputed him to Vrindavana to excavate the lost sites of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. After this, the Lord returned to Varanasi and delivered the sannyasis and instructed the elder brother of Rupa Goswami. We have already discussed this. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assigned some seva to Rupa Goswami. And what was the seva? There are multiple things, but one of the seva was he deputed him to Vrindavan to excavate the lost sites of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So, see, 5,000 years back when Krishna came and then he performed all the pastimes, it was like a pure forest. In the forest, different spots, Krishna is performing the various pastimes. But in the course of all these 5,000 years, everything, all those places were lost. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavan, he deputed Rupa Goswami that find out all those places. So what we see the modern Vrindavan, it is actually um, re-established by the Rupa Goswami and the Goswamis. Blessings. We have the Vrindavan today, where we know that which is the birthplace of Krishna, where the different Leela Stali, different pastime places. So this was done by the Goswamis. Okay, and then Lord left only 8 shlokas of his instructions in writing. So you see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but he did not write much literature, he did not give much literature. Unlike Krishna gave the Bhagavad Gita 700 verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave only just 8 verses. And these 8 verses are famous as
Siksha Ashtakam.
yes, Siksha Ashtakam. Ashtakam is the 8 stanzas, and Siksha means the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the entire philosophy of Krishna consciousness is embedded in just 8 verses. If we can read them, understand them, and then apply them, then we can become perfect Krishna conscious devotee. Okay, so that is the last part of the introduction that we shall read tomorrow. What are those 8 verses and discuss a little bit. Okay, so we'll close with this. Anybody has any quick question or any comment? Okay, thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.